Right, hey everybody, Shack Redemption here. Just kicking off season 3 of the Indiana Pacers rebuild. So we're in 1985-86. We just went through the off season in the last video, and now we're ready to do some simulating. Offline, I did all the kind of boring stuff, the rotations and mentorship and training and all that sort of stuff. And I think we're good to go. I'll just do a quick rundown of the roster and then we'll get to simulating. So the big addition here was the number 1 pick in the 85 draft, got Patrick Ewing. Traded for Dale Ellis and Derek Harper from the Mavericks. And I traded over Herb Williams and Robert Reed. So it's kind of funny that the trades I've made have been kind of the same team, because Sting and Stepanovic were who I traded to trade up to get John Stockton in the 84 draft. So the Mavericks are evidently my trade partner, because now they have 4 of my former starters. So we'll just keep looking to make deals with them, I guess. And then we signed Bill Walton. We kept Butch Carter. So the only 2 remaining guys from the original 83-84 Pacers are Butch Carter and Clark Kellogg, who is my best player. Re-signed Tiny Archibald as a backup. Wally Walker signed. Ed Neely signed. Nevitt came back for a second year. Keeling and Elmore. And then I re-signed Joe Bryant as well. So there's the roster. If you want to see the quick rotation, we've got Marquise Johnson, Kellogg, and Ewing all playing 35 minutes. Dale Ellis 28. Stockton up to 30 in his second season. Derek Harper's my 6th man. Bill Walton playing most of the backup big man minutes. The rest filled in by Ed Neely. And then we've got Butch and Archibald playing some minutes. We've got some depth if injuries happen, or rather when injuries happen. Hopefully not that many, and hopefully not for that long. This is the first time I think really I've gone a 10-man rotation. I've been a 9-man for the first 2 seasons. The first season actually I was an 8-man for most of the year till I made some trades. So this to me looks like a pretty good team. I have 7 players, 80 overall or better. 3 of them are great scorers, and Johnson and Ewing are both great defenders as well. Stockton a great playmaker. And we got 3-point shooting with Dale Ellis. So it seems like a good mix of people. But let's see how it plays out. As before, I'll go a week at a time. The goal for this video is to get us to the All-Star break. And we'll go kind of as quick as we can, but every time there's an injury, I will be redoing my rotation. So if you find that boring, I'm sorry, but that's what we'll do. Funny enough, I added Clyde Drexler and Magic Johnson to my target list because they're going to be free agents, but let's simulate. Well, we lost the opener against the Celtics. From the end of last season, you may recall, the Celtics are who I made a major upset in the playoffs. I was the 8th seed and beat them in 5 games to go on to the semifinals, the Eastern Conference, where I lost to the Cavaliers. So here we start off. The Celtics have kicked off the season 2-0, including a win over me. Patrick Ewing's first ever NBA game, 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks. I will gladly take that if he could do that every single game. That would be awesome. Marquise Johnson didn't do great. Stockton shot really bad. Harper shot really bad. So, the team overall shot well, almost 50%. We let Larry Bird get a triple-double in the first game of the season. This team still hasn't changed all that much from the first year. They have Brian Winters, but they had him last year. They traded for him. They drafted Stansbury, so relatively the same team that should be winning championships. And I really demolished the Knicks by 38. Wow. They're 0-2. Remember, their team was bad, which is why I got the number 1 pick, which ended up being Patrick Ewing. So they were bad, and then they continued to be worse since I stole their draft pick. 26-12, isn't that what I just said? 25-12. Okay, so he almost repeated. He only had 1 block, but 2 steals, made some free throws. That's awesome. If all 3 of them get 25 points a game, then it'd be hard to beat. Stockton, 12 assists. I'm hoping Dale Ellis may make more threes this year than my team did last year, because I had like no shooters on my team. That and people don't shoot very many threes in this era. Derek Harper's not looking good so far. Bernard King's really the only guy the Knicks have. They drafted AC Green. Be interesting to see how the 85 rookies do. So he's the 11th pick. Let's keep going. I've got maybe a rematch from the playoffs against the Cavs here. Look at that. 5 wins in a row. I can almost guarantee you I've not done that in the first 2 seasons. So that's the biggest winning streak this team has had. Beat the Bullets by 7. They're 2-3. They drafted Xavier McDaniel with the 4th pick, averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds. Kind of cool. Hopefully Barkley's going to be scoring more. He's actually scoring less so far, but it's only been a few games. Hopefully that changes. Dale Ellis leads my team. Doesn't even shoot a 3. It's unfortunate. We got Stockton with a great double-double. Patrick Ewing had 8 points. He fouled out. I mean, he still played quite a few minutes, so to only have 8 points, 5 rebounds isn't very good. Kellogg had 16 of them, though, so that's pretty cool. The Nuggets, who are pretty bad, beat them by 27. They're 1-4, so there's John Stockton leading my team. I wouldn't expect that to happen very often. I would think the other 4 starters would be scoring more than him almost every game, but hey, every once in a while he wants to ball out, then go for it. Dale did not make a 3 yet again, but Butch Carter was 2 for 2 in his 13 minutes. Very productive. Derek Harper continues to shoot terribly. For the Nuggets, they have still Paxson and English. Scoring even more, scoring a little less. That's the team last year. They only had like 7 real guys. It looks like they have at least enough for a rotation now. There's Alton Lister, who I traded to them, I believe. All right, beat the Kings by 5. They're 2-4. Special K with 35 points, shot 29 times. That's a lot of shots. Patrick Ewing only had 4 rebounds. I'm not sure why. The first 2 games he got a lot of rebounds, and now he's got 5 and 4 in the last 2. Stockton. I expect him to have more games like that than the last 4 shots, but get lots of assists. Derek Harper seems to make 1 shot every game, and that's about it. The Kings, who did they draft? Is Kersey? No, he's his 2nd year. Perkins. I don't see a rookie here. Maybe they don't have one. Cavs. They're also 2-3. So I didn't beat good teams, but hey, a winning streak is a winning streak. Here's Eddie Johnson, who was one of the best free agent pickups from the last offseason. He's now in the Cavs. Looks like maybe as a 6th man. I'm not sure. Kellogg with 33 and 14. Stockton with 16 assists. Dale made a 3. Derek Harper again. I'm just going to look at his percentage. 22%. We're going to hope that goes up. It was 44 last year. I don't know what would have changed. He's playing more shooting guard, I guess, maybe than he did before. I don't know. But now we've got 7 straight away games. Well, that was away too. So out of 8, we're going to hope to win half of them. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. We got trade offers. Otis Birdsong. That's a good player. Not necessarily. He would probably start for my team if Dale Ellis moved to the bench, but I don't think I want that. Bill Walton is making the most money on my team, by the way. I traded for him like $1.4 million, I think, but it's a 1-year deal. So he's mostly around to give mentorship to Patrick Ewing. He had some badges that can help him out, so I'm going to decline that one. I beat the Blazers by a lot, and the Blazers are quite good. Yeah, 7-3. because they have Fat Lever, Drexler, and Olajuwon, as well as Michael Thompson. Like, these guys aren't bad either. 82 Carr, 84 Nat, Thompson 81. So all 6 of these guys are in the 80s. Olajuwon is the reigning defensive player of the year as a rookie. They drafted John Koncak, so they have kind of a logjam at the center position with Cooper and Thompson and Olajuwon. Kellogg with 37. Ewing back to what I hope he does more often. Love when Stockton gets 12 assists. Always great. Bill Walton with 11 rebounds in 19 minutes. That's pretty cool. Beat the Suns by 7. They're 4-6. So it's good to win games that I should win. They drafted Charles Oakley. Looks like he's playing off the bench. 9.7 rebounds in 18 minutes. Wow, that's efficient. Looks like he's scoring way too much, but maybe that's what they need. Ewing with 30. I think that's a high so far. Marquise Johnson. He was somebody I actually took his dish tendency down last year a bit because he was averaging way too many. Doesn't look like it's too bad. It's about the same as what it was. He's a very consistent player if you look at this. So this was the season we started when I traded for him at the trade deadline. Shooting amazing. Gets a steal and a block. He is a solid player. It's best shooting game for Derek Harper, 2 for 3. Okay, beat the Warriors by 12. They're 5-4. Sleepy Floyd scored 31 on me. They picked up Lonnie Shelton in free agency. Dale Ellis, I think it's the first time he's led my team. He's averaging almost 15 points. Shooting amazing. 3-pointers, hopefully we'll get back up to what he was before. 40% would be wonderful. Well, he's only 2 for 6, so hard to tell. My team didn't shoot a 3 in this game. Derek Harper, what a game. 13 and 14 assists. Wow. Not really known for his assists, but looks like he's getting them. All right, we'll keep going through here. The Lakers are the back-to-back finals champs, so that's going to be a big test for this team. Lost to them, but we did beat the Clippers. So here's Mark Eaton, who I almost did trade for. My options when I was trading, was it trading a draft pick, I think, was really between Bill Walton and Mark Eaton, and I went with Walton. I don't want Mark Eaton. I lost to the Sonics as well, so the win streak stops at 9. That's pretty good. Clippers are not very good. They drafted Karl Malone with the nonsense of what happened in the 85 draft where he was 7th, which I know is higher than what he did in real life, but people didn't know what, what he was going to do like the game should. I actually tried to trade up for him when he was there at 5th still, seeing if I could get Ewing and Malone to really turn this team around, but looks like he can't be starting, I don't think, no, because they have Terry Cummings, who's one of the best players in the league right now at 91 overall. Kellogg with another good game. Ewing did great. Johnson, so solid games here. Stockton only 1 for 5, isn't great. So we lost by 29 to the Lakers. That's not a good sign. We're a half game ahead of them record-wise, but head-to-head, that's not good. I mean, this team is almost the same as they started. I feel like they're missing somebody. But really, other than Steve Coulter, everybody else was like their original rotation that they had going. So, see how Magic's doing. Very consistent. His rebounds are down a little bit. Kareem went down several overall because now he's 38. Be interesting to see how long he holds out till retirement. Because in real life, what he played till he's like 42 or something like that. How did they do? Ewing actually did well. 6 blocks against Kareem. Well, not necessarily blocking Kareem, but playing against him. Well, the shooting wasn't great. Seems like it was more we couldn't play defense against them. And then the Sonics, who are only 500, we couldn't beat because we didn't show up in the fourth quarter. Lost by 12 in the fourth and ended up losing by 3. So couldn't finish out that one. I was going to say maybe it's because somebody fouled out, but nobody fouled out. So just not a good fourth quarter. Ewing only had 11 points, shot 2 for 8. Dale Ellis was 4 for 20. I don't know how Dale Ellis shoots 20 shots and none of them are three-pointers, but 2K is weird. All right, no reason to stop there. Let's keep going. More trade offers. So Lewis Lloyd for Butch Carter. No, I'm going to hold on to him. Beat the Sixers. That's a big test. That's a good team we just beat. Now somebody else wants Butch Carter. A first-round pick by the Rockets and Major Jones. I mean, first-round picks are always nice to have, but I don't really have somebody that can come in and play Butch Carter's minutes. I've got Wally Walker, and I guess Tiny Archibald could play more and Harper play shooting guard, but I'm not ready to make those changes right now. Another test against the Celtics coming up. Bill Cartwright. Bill Cartwright. So the Jazz are the team with like 3 good centers. They've got Cartwright, Eaton, and Bob Lanier, who, yes, Lanier went down because he's 37. They signed Cartwright last year for whatever reason, when that was a position they did not need. He's only 28. Bill Walton is 33. Cartwright's one better, but making more money in a position I don't really need someone better because Patrick Ewing's playing most of the minutes. So as neat as it is to potentially upgrade a position, I'm going to decline that one. And we're going to hopefully win. No, we still can't beat the Celtics. We upset them in the playoffs, but can't beat them. We lost by 8 in the opener, and now we lost by 9. So actually we got a little worse. But we beat the Sixers by 12. Why are they 5-10? They still have Dr. J and Moses Malone and Mo Cheeks, so it's kind of weird. Kellogg with 25. Dale Ellis randomly with 12 rebounds. I'm guessing that's like a career high. No, but it definitely is a season high. Sam Perkins has the most rebounds in the league this year. That's really random. Kevin McHale with 7 blocks. Michael Jordan went 25 of 25 from the free throw line. I imagine that's a record. Only 2 threes is the record. That's just craziness. Michael Jordan scored 49 points. And it was that same game that he had 25 free throws. Makes a lot of sense to me. All right, what's wrong with the Sixers? Dr. J fouled out and scored 8 points, but he's still averaging 20 points. Moses averaging 20 points. Down from 24, though. And I didn't realize, totally forgot they drafted Alvin Robertson, the 6th pick, so their starting lineup's really good. I don't know. All right, what happened against the Celtics, who are now 13-2? Bird at least didn't have a triple-double against me this time. We've got Special K getting 24 and 14. Derek Harper had one of his best games. Patrick Ewing somehow, I don't know how a 7-footer shoots 20 shots and makes 4 of them. Not sure what shots he's shooting, where that would happen. And we beat the Jazz by 15. They're 12-4, so that's a big win. We've got Marquise Johnson. I like that there's someone different a lot of games. Like, it's Johnson, then it's Ewing, then it's Ellis, then it's Kellogg. Like, every game could be somebody else leading my team. That way, if somebody has an off night, somebody else picks it up. They've got 2 crazy scorers. Griffith is scoring a little lower, and so is Dantley. Looks like, yeah, they still have their 3 centers playing. All right, now that we've gone through a month, let's see if anything happened. Transaction-wise, we had a couple trades. So Greg Kite, who I think got traded last season too, from the Celtics to the Knicks. Now he's from the Knicks to the Bucks. The Suns signed a fake guy, and Ernie Grunfeld goes from the Bulls for Curitin from the Pistons. So nothing huge. We've got John Long, who ruptured his Achilles. That's a terrible injury. He's probably not going to be the same again. Alex English is hurt. Mo Cheeks is hurt. So a lot of decent guys injured. Award-wise, pretty cool to see who shows up here. The Eastern Conference is just huge names. West, we got Kiki in there. Second year Olajuwon. So Jordan and Magic, Players of the Month, pretty cool. And hopefully almost every month, that man with the Pacers logo next to him will be getting awarded. Pretty cool that Karl Malone's over there in the West as well. And let's see, standings-wise, I am second behind the Celtics, a game ahead of the Bucks. So Season 1, I was 9th place, barely missed the playoffs. Season 2, I was 8th place, barely made the playoffs. And now things are looking good. I also am curious which draft picks I have, because I know I traded for some future picks here. We have the Mavericks, Spurs, and Bulls. So let's go see where they are at. The Bulls, so that was a protected pick, so it looks like I would be getting that one because they're good. We have the Mavericks, who are also good, and the Spurs, who aren't so good. So it doesn't look like I'll be in the top, but hey, it's still early in the season. There can be injuries and craziness. So let's keep going. All right. We will be doing some scouting. I have a good scout, so I'm just going to sort by overall and get all of the real people that are here, because by the end of the season I'll be able to get everybody, I'm sure. 4 wins in a week is good stuff. Beat the Pistons, who are up and coming. They're only 9-10, but should be getting better every season because of this young stud they have, Isaiah Thomas. I guess he's in his 5th year now, but he's still 24 years old. So they should be taking form. If they're smart, they'll draft Dennis Rodman here in the upcoming draft, and that will help them out. Marquise Johnson leading the team this game. Dale Ellis hasn't really been shooting that many threes. I feel like other guys have been shooting just as many as him, but I think his tendency is much higher than anyone else on my team. So that's kind of weird. Beat the Suns by 32. 3 guys with 20 points. One of them is John Stockton. Surprising. Patrick Ewing only had 10. I mean, I guess it's okay every now and again for Patrick Ewing to not score so many points. He is a rookie, but Bill Walton had 7 assists. Didn't score, but had 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 turnovers for some reason. And then the Suns. Can I trade players for every team at the same time? I'm not sure what that means. I don't have control of all the teams right now. I'm only in control of the Pacers, so I can only do trades. I could, if I wanted, go take control of all the teams, and then I could trade whoever to wherever, but trying to keep it a little more realistic and only be the one team. So they'll offer me trades, and then I can offer them trades. Got Stockton with another good game. So the Cavs record was what? 5-13. So this is the team that eliminated me from the playoffs last year. So they're not making me look so good there, but at least I beat them. The Hawks I beat by 8. They're only 7-11. They have Studley Dominique Wilkins, who just keeps shooting even better. I feel like by the end of the next 2 seasons, he'll be up to like 70%. Kevin Willis, who just got out of his rookie season, ugh, he's shooting terribly, and also not scoring very much. That's kind of weird. They did draft Terry Porter, who is not their starting point guard. They still have Doc Rivers and Johnny Davis, and Tony's a shooting guard but can play point guard. So it's kind of a weird makeup of a team. Johnson led my team again. Kellogg. All right, looking good for that week. Let's keep going. I was hoping we could beat the Bulls because the Bulls are the fourth place team in the East. So I need to see how I test against. I haven't tested well against the number one Celtics. Number 3 was Milwaukee, who I don't think I've played yet, but I should play them several. Oh no, I did. I just beat them. Cool. All right, so the Bullets have beat by 15. They're not great. Barkley still not scoring all that much, but is doing decently. Looks like McDaniel's taking some of those opportunities. Again, kind of cool to see how these guys do on their newly appointed teams. Kellogg with 32 and 12. Can I change head coaches? Yeah, you can sign staff the same way you kind of do players. I can show you real quick. I can go in and it's under my staff, and I can go in and see like the front office here. So they have some positions. The GM is technically me. The assistant GM and CFO are things you can hire. The governor, I don't think that ever goes away. I'm not sure when that changes because you can't do anything to it. And technically, I think I thought I could edit. I think that's somewhere else I can edit the GM. I could actually name it myself if I wanted to. I don't care enough. But then you go to coaches and you can see my head coach, fake man, Wang Trapuka. If my team does well, maybe I'll hang on to him. He has some badges that I don't really like. If I go see, he has this competitor badge, which means if I lose, the chemistry gets hurt. And also, he's not a nice guy when it comes to motivation. And also doesn't show. So really, he has no good badges. This first one's good, I guess, if I have older players. But he's kind of not great when it comes to badges. His attributes are pretty good, coaching-wise, but he's who they assigned me like when I start this, and he had a 4-year contract. So I guess I'm going to let it play out unless something goes terrible. Bernie Bickerstaff to coach Milwaukee. The weird thing is I don't think you can edit. Let me see. Can you edit names? No, you used to be able to edit names and faces, like their models. And now, the last 2 games, for some reason you can't. Or maybe it's been 3 games. I don't know. But it's one of those things that I have no idea why they removed it from the game. Because you used to be able to, I could edit this to, I don't know who the Pacers coach was in 85, 86, but I could make it him and even change his face to look a little closer to what he was. But for whatever reason, 2K removes things probably so they can add it back in a few years and tell us it's a great new feature they added. I don't know. But you have 17 spots. You can add scouts if you want. You can add trainers here. So I try to get a good mix of people that can help my team. And each one of the trainers have like different badges that help your players in different ways. So I try to look for people who have badges that are all positive and no negative ones like my head coach has. So that honestly could be something that's helping my team as well with all these green W's on the screen, is that I have a good staff helping out. So I'd like to think that matters. Yeah, it was Jack Ramsey. Good call, yeah. So it'd be cool if I could change Wang Trapuka to Jack Ramsey, but for whatever reason I can't. And I don't think you can create a coach either. I don't know. Maybe somebody can prove me wrong. All right, so big comeback win in the fourth quarter. Beat them by 18 to win the game by 6. So that's good. So that was the second win against the Hawks here in the last few games. Then we beat the Bucks. Again, they were the team right behind me when I looked at the standings, so that's good. Kellogg, Johnson, Ellis, Stockton, Ewing. I love when my starters are all at the top. This time Walton decided to score. Bucks are pretty good. They drafted Spud Webb with the 16th pick, so he's, I guess, is Moncrief their starting point guard right now? Who's their point guard? Well, it kind of says it's him. Maybe somebody's hurt. I don't know who their point guard usually is. They also got Sam Mitchell. They got a couple neat rookies. And then, unfortunately, the Bulls whooped on us, so lost by 33. Michael Jordan had 32 on me. Burkowski with 15. He was on my team in year one. Signed him up after I made some trades. Otherwise, I mean, the Bulls haven't changed that much, other than drafting Michael Jordan, which is a huge deal. They went from being terrible to pretty good. Got Stockton only with 2 points. All right, well, we're losing to good teams only so far, so that's a good sign until the playoffs, and we'll have to beat some of them. All right, we'll keep scouting the same guys here. 4 wins. My team is 22-5. I don't know how many games it took me the last 2 years to get to 22 wins. I mean, the first year I think I only had 29 wins. All right, can I switch team here? No. I'll look at that here in a minute. All right, beat the Spurs by 16. Kellogg 34, very nice. I don't think I've seen Dale Ellis make more than 1 3 in a game. I'd like to see that change. The Spurs are the winners of Chris Mullin as the 6th pick, who I thought would go maybe in the top 4. But again, the draft went in like no way that I expected it, which really threw me off. Kind of cool, I guess, that you can be surprised by how things go. The Knicks, well, they're up to 7 wins, but still continue to struggle. Bernard King, I imagine, yeah, he's going to keep scoring a lot because this team does not have scorers. Marquise Johnson with 34, 18 assists for Stockton, might be a career high. Yes, it is. Not the league high. Magic Johnson has that one with 20. Now Alex English has scored 50. I think it said, yeah, Stockton's averaging a double-double. 10 points, 10 assists. Very good. And a steal. And he's happy. I like when my people are happy. That way I don't have to trade them, like I did with Herb Williams and Alden Lister. The real test is if Clark Kellogg is happy, because he was angry last year, and I'd like that to not be. Who did they draft? Turpin was he's the 2nd-year player. I don't see a new guy on their team. Kellogg with 34. Let me see. Is he happy? Yeah. That was like 30 or 25 last year, to where I thought maybe I'd have to trade him. And my guess was it's because he really wants to be a part of a winning team. And now, hey, now he's a part of a winning team. The Sixers are struggling. I beat them by 25. I don't really get it. I thought Mo Cheeks was hurt. Is he back already? Have I simulated long enough? I don't quite understand. But you can email me. Well, this can be our forum of communicating. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos here. I don't know, do you have 2K23, or are you hoping to have it sometime so you can do something similar like this? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go another week. 2 more wins. They're trying to take Derek Harper. I don't think so. I mean, he's shooting terribly, but I'm not ready to change this team right now. The really low-scoring game in the 80s. Only won by 4, but hey, it's a win. Dale Ellis leads my team. It's only like the 2nd time that's happened, I think. some reason Kellogg's down here with 6 points and Ewing's with 7. I would imagine most times if those guys combine for 13 points, I'm not winning. But in this case, I did. Coach Apuka is still averaging around 20 points. He's somebody that until recently I didn't really know he was as good as he was. Like, I had no idea that he had a 26.5 point season. Beat the Bucks by 3. They're falling in the standings, it looks like, because they're not as close to me as they were. All right, back-to-back games against the Hawks. It's kind of weird. So one in Indy, and then we fly to Atlanta, and we face off again. Switch jerseys and face off. All right, on to some new. I'll go position by position, get a few different guys we'd like to see here. I guess I'm going to end up doing kind of. Let's make sure we get Rodman, Kenny Gaddison. Sally's only 99%. I guess, yeah, it's not going to take me long to scout all these real people. Johnny Newman. Oh, it took this long for the first injury. So it's only a day-to-day injury, which is both good and annoying, because I have to decide whether he goes out, and he might not even miss a game. He's really not down that much, so I think I'm going to play him in just fewer minutes. So let's I guess Ed Neely can play a little more. We can let Ewing play another one. We can let Walton play another one. So with that, I took away 3. That sounds good. He's only down. I think he was up 1 to an 88, so technically he's down 1, but his attributes weren't down that much, so let's see if it affects me. Nope, still beat the Hawks, and he's still not back. I just went 3 days. Usually day-to-day is like 2-day max, but that's okay. Won by 34 against the Hawks. 3 guys with 20, almost 4. Dale Ellis did not make a 3. Some things I'm a little obsessed with, and one of them right now is, can Dale Ellis make some 3s? I guess he's shooting a good percentage. He just doesn't shoot very many of them, but nobody does. Dominique with 38 on me. Ouch. What about in this one? 28. They've got a fake guy playing 26 minutes. Look at him. What is on his chin? That doesn't even look like hair. It looks like he has like paper mache like glued to his chin. 17 assists this time for Stockton. Very cool. All right, let's look at Patrick Ewing now. We're well into the season. We played like 30 games. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, almost 50%. I will take that from the number 1 pick. He is super happy. Good stuff. How's his backup doing? Bill Walton, 7.6 rebounds, a block. He's playing a lot less than what he's used to, but he's 33 years old, and he's super happy about it. I would imagine that really what he cares about right now is winning. In real life, 85-86, he was on the Boston Celtics in a similar role as a backup, so it makes sense why he'd be happy. All right, we just went another month. Let's check out any updates. There have been no more trades. We have now, rookie Charles Oakley has lost his kneecap. That's very unfortunate. I hope they find it and are able to put it back on. Wes Matthews. Bill Winnington's also a rookie who's hurt. Cummings, hey! Cummings out. That's going to help Karl Malone step up and play even more and maybe get Rookie of the Year instead of Patrick Ewing. All right, we've got MVP voting up already. Special K Clark Kellogg is second. This is something where it really helps when your team is winning, I know, so that's pretty cool. We've got MJ in there as a second-year player, averaging 31 points per game. That is craziness. But Bird, Jordan, Worthy, and Thomas. I guess if that was Magic instead of Worthy, it'd be really funny. Like, you have like four of the most well-known players and then Clark Kellogg, who could have had an amazing career if not for injuries that derailed it. Rookie of the Year, we got Patrick Ewing slightly ahead of Karl Malone. McDaniel, Tisdale, and Joe Dumars, who is averaging 0 rebounds. That's something I'll have to look at. I tried to go through like attributes and tendencies for all the guys to make sure there wasn't anything super random and off. And sometimes even when you do the draft class and then you load it in, like it's always a little bit off from what you make it. So I'm guessing Dumars is able to rebound, but for whatever reason it didn't come over that way. So that's pretty stupid. Sixth man, so Karl Malone, Scott, Sam Bowie's in there. Roundfield, and Woodstow. Roundfield's another free agent that the Warriors signed. So they got Shelton and Roundfield. Olajuwon trying to repeat as Defensive Player of the Year. Patrick Ewing as a rookie is in there. He's getting more blocks than Olajuwon. That's pretty cool. And Most Improved. I have 3 of the players. That's craziness. Clyde Drexler's up to 20 points. It's cool to see his progression. Goes from a bench player as a rookie up to 16 points. I assume he was starting. Yes. And now he's like their leading scorer, I guess. Olajuwon's at 18, Drexler's at 20. So Kellogg's in there because he's getting 3 more points, shooting better, and the team's amazing, I guess. Derek Harper, I don't quite know. I guess his assists have almost doubled. That's crazy. And finally his shooting is up, so it's not 22% anymore. And John Stockton, who's only playing 2 more minutes than what I had him last year as a rookie, but he's scoring a bit more, and his assists are amazing. And then Roy Hinson, who's playing the same but scoring more. I guess the Cavs maybe lost some scoring on their team, not sure. All right, let's look here real quick. Kellogg got a Player of the Week in December. Cool. Bird and Worthy now. Oh, man. So Ewing got beat out by McDaniel for that month, and Mullen gets it for the West. All right, and we have All-Star voting. Magic and Clyde. So young Clyde getting in there possibly as an All-Star starter. That's cool. Got Levers down here. Norm Nixon. Front court. I don't see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which is weird. He's down here in 10th. He's not scoring or rebounding as much. But you would think just from popularity and the fact that the team's amazing, he would be higher if this was a little more realistic. But Dantley, Aguirre, and Worthy are all very solid. All right, in the East, we've got Johnson 4th and Stockton 7th. Cool. Cool. Jordan not quite in the starting lineup yet, but there's still a chance he could get up there. The front court. So Kellogg's 2nd in the MVP running, but only 5th in the front court All-Star voting. I guess that's a popularity thing because Bernard King scores lots and lots of points consistently, and Moses and Bird are amazing, and Dominique is, yeah, well, I guess he's amazing too. All right, what else do we want to see? I guess we could do a mock draft to see where the picks are, and to see that Arvydas Sabonis is projected to be the first pick. Huh. I think potential-wise, these 3 are the high. No, Harper and Rodman are too. I'm not sure. I don't remember what the potentials are, but again, they do change from what I made them in the draft class to when you bring them over here. So right now, I have the Spurs pick as 10th, Kenny Skywalker, the Mavericks 17th, and the Bulls 19th. Del Curry. Hey, I'll take Del Curry on my team. John Sally's down here. So Mark Price. Wow. If he goes 15th, then might try to find a way to get him. I guess he doesn't really need to be on my team right now because I have John Stockton. But hey, I like good people. So that one has Doherty. That one has Sabonis. Person's going second, regardless. It looks like. Well, I hope the Knicks do find somebody good. All right, how many weeks? We got 3 more weeks to the All-Star break. Then we'll pause it and we'll do part 2 another night soon. So Kellogg's back. I'm going to go to adjust and give him maybe like 1 minute back that I took from him here, and then do like 2 games and then give him his other 2 back as a slow return. So let's go through these 2. We did beat the Lakers. I know you can't see me, but my hands are in the air right now in excitement. Because it is good when I beat the defending champs. It makes me think that maybe I have a chance. The Bucks are like bad now. So Sidney Lowe's their starting point guard, it looks like. My question earlier. I feel like they should just start Spud Webb. I guess he's 1 overall worse and he is a rookie, but hey, if they keep getting bad, maybe they'll give that rookie a better chance. Johnson, Kellogg, Ewing. Good game overall. Stockton only 6 assists. That might be the lowest I've seen him have this year. How did we do against the Lakers? Beat them by 9. We're better than them record-wise. I feel like I have to be in first place. They're at least really close to the Celtics. Nobody had an amazing game, but everybody was solid. Ellis wasn't so great. I shot amazing. They shot amazing too. 59 and 57. I'm not sure why I won. Oh, free throws. Holy moly. I shot a terrible percentage, but I shot 3 times as many as they did. Held Magic Johnson to 12. Nicely done. I'm assuming maybe John Stockton's not guarding Magic Johnson when I play them, but who knows. Alright, so now after those 2, I'm going to give Kellogg his minutes back. So one was here, and the other was here. So now he's back to his 35 that he had before. Alright, Knicks and Nets are up next. Sparrow and White for Walton and Elmore. I will say no. Beat the Knicks. Alright, now Ray Williams for Carter in a second. No. I beat the Nets. 30 and 5. Wow. Beat the Knicks by 12. They're 10 and 25. Bernard King did not lead their team in scoring. I'm guessing that doesn't happen very often. Dale Ellis, hey, he made 2 threes. I honestly think that was the first time. Unless I just missed one. 2s. 1, 0, 1. Oh, he did have a 2. Is that the only one? Oh, okay. I've missed quite a few. Never mind. Never mind. Shooting 41%. Scoring a bit more. He's really playing. I'm playing him the same amount that Dallas did last year. He didn't start all the games for them, but cool. I had a thought of giving him more minutes and maybe taking away from Carter as the season goes. But Carter's a nice bench player. He's 76 overall. He's a good defender. He scores. He shoots pretty well. So that's the reason he's one of the last 2 remaining original Pacers on this team. How's Tiny? Oh no, 37%. So he's another guy. He is calling his retirement already. But he's another guy I don't necessarily need playing that many minutes. I could give Stockton and or Harper some. So I think I'll do that. Harper, if I give him more, like there's a chance he could be in like 6th man running. I'm not sure if he's scoring enough for that. But probably smarter would be to give Stockton another minute. So I think that's what I'll do here in the beginning. I haven't looked at Neely either. 60%. Wow. I know he doesn't shoot much, but I'm glad he's shooting the right shots. All right, Nets by 13. Stockton. Kellogg, 6 assists, but didn't really score that much. Why did... Oh, Kellogg fouled out. That's why. All right, let's go. While we have a game off, we'll get to practice here with taking a minute away from Archibald. Let's do this one and save that as my new rotation right here. Is there any other change? I haven't looked at him in a while. He's shooting almost 60%. I don't want... Is there anybody upset with this team? Well, Chuck Nevitt evidently wants to be playing, but he's not, so sorry. Keeling as a rookie who's 69 overall. I'm not sure why he's upset. So it looks like the guys that aren't playing might have a little jealousy of not being on the court for this winning team. Oh, that's okay. What was the other thing I was looking at? No, I'm not going to take away from Carter. I know Dale Ellis is much better, but things are going well. All right, another week. Beat the Bucks again. Let's give these guys some more attention. How many more? I've got one left. Who else we got? Let's do Anthony Bowie. Now what? James Donaldson and Blair Rasmussen, who was drafted super high. He was somebody that the Clippers traded up to get, I'm pretty sure. And they want Bill Walton back. No, thank you. Barely beat the Pistons. Wasn't that the low-scoring game before? Yeah, 85-81, not 88-87. So we play a lot of defense in the games against the Pistons and barely win. We didn't barely beat the Bucks. We kind of annihilated them. They didn't have anybody scoring for them. Marquise Johnson decided to take it to his former team. 32 points. Good stuff. Derek Harper didn't shoot so well. All right, then we had lots of days off before the Pistons game. Ewing 18, so nobody had even 20 points in this low-scoring game. And we almost lost it, actually. The fourth quarter, we did not do so well. We lost by 6 in the second half, but thankfully we had a good second quarter where we pulled ahead. Lambier scored 30 on me. He's a solid double-double machine. And then we get to the trade deadline, which, I mean, looking at this team, why the heck would I offer any trades? I say that, but I know that I'll still probably stop and take a look. Franklin Edwards, who I had on my team last year, and he hated me because he wasn't playing. Why would I get him back? No, thank you. Lost to the Bulls. How many wins in a row was that? 4, 6, 8, 12, 14. 14 wins in a row. I already have more wins in 39 games than I had the whole season the first year. So, you talk about a rebuild, I think I've been successful already. Lost by 23 to number 23, who had 37 points. He's just unstoppable, shooting 62%, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He's just a monster. It helps when they don't really have anybody else. I mean, it helps his scoring. I mean, they don't have much of a threat. Woolridge is a pretty good scorer, 18. Nope, 13. Corzine doesn't really score. Yeah, so they have a few people, even in the teens, and then they've got 32-point Michael Jordan. All right. Stockton, looks like Ewing didn't show up. Well, he fouled out in 23 minutes. Kellogg also fouled out, so probably not going to win that game. We beat the Nets by 26. That was a team I struggled with last year. I only beat them once or twice out of our, 5 games? I don't know how many times I play a team in a season now. 32-11. Dale was 2 for 10. Birdsong looks like He had some bad injury, I think, last year. So I thought maybe he'd take a step down, but looks like he's still doing solid. All right, trade deadline. Do I look through, see if there's anybody like trade block? So that middle bullet, look to see if anybody's dangling. Frank Burkowski, no thanks. Roy Sparrow, no thanks. So I've never really seen anybody really good, I don't think, on that screen as a trade block. I could put a pick, like the Mavericks and Bulls are both good. So if I go to all, hello, welcome. So Mavericks, Bulls, and Spurs are my picks. None of them look like they're in the top. The Spurs are the best one. The Bulls are really good. So if I could trade that pick, it's not going to be anything good, it looks like. If I can upgrade, I guess it would be Tiny Archibald is not doing so great. I don't know if I would trade him or somebody else. Because Archibald, I think, he's mentoring Stockton, so I don't necessarily want to trade him. He's got 17 badges that he can help Stockton with, who already has 25. Wow. So I'd probably trade one of these other guys. I can't trade him. Wally Walker, who hasn't really played. Let's see if I can trade him and the Bulls pick for something. A first and a guy would be great, but I'd like that guy to be a guard to take Archibald's place, or a small forward, I guess, because I have Harper who can play either guard position, and then Carter who can play shooting guard or small forward. Like Frank Johnson's a solid player. Higgins, I don't know that I want somebody with 2 years. I guess if they're good, then I'll take them. Henson, who wasn't he in the most improved running? Yeah, he's averaging 4 more points. There's a Celtics pick, which will always be at the end of the first because they're amazing. Lamp and Turner, the Hawks, and Calvin Garrett. Jazz just want to trade me picks. Lionel Hollins, who was on my team last year, now he's on the Kings, averaging 10 points. Oh no, that was per 36, sorry. 6 points in 20 minutes a game. Glad he gets to play. Ed Pinckney, who's a rookie, is the second pick of the second round. The Knicks, no, they're not going to trade me their first round pick, because it's the worst. I think they're still the worst team. Jay Vincent is making quite a bit of money. The Nets, who aren't that great, the pick and Murphy. Nuggets, who are pretty bad. I don't want Franklin Edwards back on my team. Brad Jefferson's fake. The Spurs already have one of their picks. Kyle Macy, 305,000 is a lot during this era. Blazers, so nothing's blowing me away. So I think I'll probably just hold on to my current team as is. I'm still pretty happy if there is an injury, which, knock on wood, I've been pretty good with injuries so far. Kellogg was hurt for what? Well, he didn't even miss a game. I took his minutes down a few, but if anybody gets hurt, I'm feeling pretty good about somebody stepping up. The only thing I could consider changing is, because Archibald's not doing very well, I could put Wally Walker in the rotation. But do I want to do that when I'm 33-6? I feel like the answer is no. And I do want to look at, how do I see the team history? There we go. So I was 37-45 last year. Oh, guys, this is crazy. Here we go. So this was year one when I took over the team. 29 wins. I went up 8 last year and barely made the playoffs as an 8 seed, and now through 39 games, I almost have as many wins as I had last year. I'm shooting a little better. That's the Dale Ellis effect. I'm shooting 2 more threes than I did last year, shooting a better percentage of them. Free throws are up a little bit, percentage is up a little bit, offensive rebounds are up, defensive rebounds are up, therefore rebounds are, assists are, steals are, blocks are down a little bit. I guess because Alton Lister was my backup before, I had Lister and Herb, so now Ewing and Walton aren't getting quite as many as those two, I guess. Turnovers are down, fouls are down. I'm scoring almost 5 more points and allowing 8 fewer points. My difference winning games by an average of 10.5 versus on average losing before. Like everything is better. Points in the paint are not better. Bench points are not better, but that's because I have my starters playing a lot more this year. Wow. All right, well. Okay, no trades. No trades. Let's get to the All-Star break here. No thanks. Oh man, I lost to the Nets. They're not that great, but I lost by 14. Birdsong had a great game. Kellogg, Johnson. 3 of 13, Harper. That's not a good showing. Not good. And then the Bulls, who we've lost to a couple times, right? Of our 7 losses, are two of them against the Bulls? Yes. So 2 against the Celtics, 2 against the Bulls, the Lakers, who are the back-to-back champs, the Sonics, who are decent, and now the Nets, who are not decent. So it's the first bad team I've lost to, but really beat the Bulls by 43. Ellis with 29. Kellogg with a great game. Scored 22 points on 7 makes because he had 7 free throws and a 3. Great game. Michael Jordan is not here. Well, so that's kind of a cheap win because he's been annihilating me. I hope he's not hurt, like, legitimately. Ugh. So let's go through here. Was that the Knicks again? Get the last few real guys here scouted. Got Newman. Anybody else down here? Thompson, Johnson, Presley. We need Wingate. And is there anybody else? Anybody else who's not been scouted already that is real? Those guys are not real. Kenny Carr, that's the name of a real person, but he's already on the Blazers. That's not him. I think that's it. So I guess oh no, Kipton's real. Perfect. All right, beat the Knicks by 10. They're 11 and 32, and very much looking forward to the number 1 pick, probably, that they should have had last year. But thankfully, the lottery lucked out to the Pacers for Mr. Patrick Ewing, who's up to 17 points now. Almost 3 blocks. Still can't quite get to 50%. We're hoping by the end of the year he can get there. Bernard King, what a surprise, leads their team. All right, let's go check out the All-Stars. I also want to see if there were any trades before the deadline. There were. Larry Cannon for Pittman and Spanarkel. Ed Pinkney, the rookie, got traded for a second and a fake guy. Scott Wedman for Bob Thornton. So really no big names moving in this trade deadline. Whew, okay, good. No Michael Jordan at the top of the list. That's good. Ben Poquette has a ruptured left Achilles. Seems like patellas and Achilles is our injuries a lot in this simulation. So I want to look at the Bulls. See here. Okay, so Jordan must have just been out for the one game. Okay. Well, it just so happened to be against me, and I beat them, so cool. All-Stars. Let's see how things turned out. Thomas, Jordan, Bird, Wilkins, Malone. So Kellogg did not make it as a starter, but we got Marquise Johnson as a backup and Kellogg as a backup. So Stockton didn't quite get high enough in the voting to get into the All-Star game. In the West, we've got Magic, who has a bruised right hip, so it's questionable on whether he will play. Terry Cummings is back here, so he's back from his injury. Cool. Dunk contest, we got Clyde the Glide, his airness. Stansbury's in it for a second year, and James Worthy. Interesting addition to the dunk contest. I think these three guys were all in it last year. I don't remember who the fourth person was, though. That is one thing you can't go back and see, as far as I know. 3-point contest, I do have Dale Ellis in it. Cool, but probably going to get beat by Larry Bird. Celtics have two guys in it. Rookies. Again, this isn't necessarily the rookies because Robertson's a sophomore, Bowie's a sophomore, so it's just a mix of rookies and sophomores. So I'm hoping Stockton's on the other team. Well, Stockton and Ewing, I guess. Yeah, there's Stockton, there's Ewing. Got Olajuwon and Barkley. This looks like the winning team, I would say. Wait, was Michael Jordan on this team? For some reason, Michael Jordan's not on one of these teams. Is he hurt? No, we just looked. He's not hurt. So why is he not here? I was hoping to see if I could override, but he's not here. Right? He's a sophomore. It's his second year. Years pro too. Is he too good? He made the All-Star team. I think there's something weird on this game. I feel like I've faced this before, where if you make it as an All-Star, you can't be chosen in the rookie game. But that doesn't make sense, because isn't Olajuwon in the All-Star game? Oh, no, he's not. He didn't make it. Okay. Well, I guess that's it then. Well, hopefully next year, Stockton and Ewing will be up on the list high enough to make it as All-Stars. I very much doubt I will have 4 people as All-Stars, but who knows? I'm going to simulate through these. I do want to go in and play or watch the start of the All-Star game. I didn't do that in the last simulation, but in year 1 I did, just to see if the real jerseys were on there, and they weren't. They were playing in the current era's All-Star jerseys, which was awful to look at. So I'm curious to see if maybe now they're correct. So I'm going to do that. We're going to see that Larry Bird won the 3-point contest and Michael Jordan won the slam dunk contest. Very cool. The so-called rookies beat the so-called sophomores. That was not the team with my people. So the team I thought would win got beat by 13 because of Chris Mullen and Xavier McDaniel. Meanwhile, Ewing's over here with 2 rebounds with Olajuwon. Got Stockton. Dumars, does he have a rebound yet? Nope, no rebounds for Joe Dumars. Is it minimal? Is it 25? 29 and 25. Okay, well that might be something that I'm trying to stay hands off on people that are especially not on my team, but I feel like Dumars should be able to get a rebound. He's, after all, a basketball player. Alright, let's go in and play game. Or maybe, do I do a simcat? No, let's just play game. Will it show me the jerseys here? Why? Why are they not the real jerseys? I thought that was one of the things that they said was going to be a part of this, was the real All-Star jerseys. I remember reading... Can I change them? No. Is there a chance they're different when you get in the game? Let's find out. It doesn't look like it. Those look like the recent jerseys.
And
Stupid.
so it's the East.
Alright, well. Maybe it's only for the 90s era. That's not true though, because when you do the Jordan Challenge, there's was it the 88, 89 All-Star game, one of those earlier ones. So maybe I check again when we get to that one. I don't understand why they would only add them for certain years. So all right. Looks like the West annihilated the East. Well, by 21. That's enough of annihilation, I guess. Dantley. I guess Dantley's probably your MVP of the All-Star game. 27 points. Nobody really dominated. How did my guys do over in the East? Jordan led the team, so Kellogg's there in third. Nice. And this is Marquise, right? So didn't play very much, but had 8 points in his 11 minutes. Cool. All right, so at the All-Star break, I'm 35-7. I will take it. I already looked at that. I haven't looked at this in a while. That says Patrick Ewing. That goes to show how much a winning record or really good record goes in this voting, because these are all really good teams, and they're the best players on those teams. So Patrick Ewing, who didn't even make the All-Star team, is 5th in MVP voting as a rookie. That's crazy. There he is as Rookie of the Year, hopefully. 6th man, Karl Malone. Byron Scott's averaging almost 17 points. It's cool. Brownfield's hurt. Defensive player, Ewing is 2nd. So Olajuwon's dropped down. He's not 1st anymore. Ralph Sampson, who I think... No, he didn't get it the first year, right? No, who did? Was it? Oh, LaSalle Thompson. No, that's most improved. Moncrief was 83. So who was 84? I think I tried to look for this before, and I can't remember. Most improved. So I still have 3 guys in here. Cool. All right, let me go see, because that was bothering me before, and I don't think I looked it up. History, NBA history, awards, defensive player, where is it? Joe Barry Carroll, yeah, that's who I kept forgetting. Moncrief got the first year, then Joe Barry Carroll, who I think he's still on the Warriors. I think he was a free agent, but he went back. Or maybe he was just offered in a trade, and that's what's confusing me. I don't know, but rookie Olajuwon. So if it's going to be back-to-back years with potentially a rookie, like if Ewing can keep going up, that'd be kind of weird. Do I have anybody re-signing? It looks like I do. Oh, but it's not Clark Kellogg. Why can't you sign with me? Well, hopefully it's not going to be restricted, right? No. I'm just going to have to give him a lot of money because I don't want to lose him. I don't really see any reason why I shouldn't test free agent. It says he's very loyal, so hopefully coming back will be a priority. I'm going to throw a lot of money at him. Bill Walton wants to re-sign. He wants a really big pay cut, but I don't really feel like re-signing the 33-year-old in advance because he'll probably go down and maybe won't cost as much. None of these guys are eligible because I signed them in the offseason, but Marcus Johnson will re-sign. It says Dale Ellis and Derek Harper have already agreed that they're testing free agency. It's kind of sad. But Marquise Johnson, 1.21, so his money does go up. He's 29, which means he'll be 30 next year. There's a chance he goes down at age 30. I don't know. What's the lowest? I could give him another year around. He's making, what, 900 right now? I think I'll just wait. Next year I can re-sign him and we'll see what he wants then. Maybe I'll regret that, but see how it goes. The core of my team's looking pretty good though for 2 more years. As long as I get Kellogg back, that's the main one. All these other guys are kind of replaceable. Alright, can look at this again. The Knicks are still first. Where are my picks? So I'm still 10th for the Spurs pick, 17th for the Mavericks, and 20th for the Bulls. So, I mean, there's a chance I can get a good player, like a playable player, especially if it's going to be Del Curry or like John Sally. Some guys down here I wouldn't mind having on my team. Hopefully that says contending, yep. Playoff picture. Am I the best in the league? No. Well, yes, I am. I don't know why it puts the Jazz first. But I have an 83% winning percentage. It's cool. And last thing I want to look at here. League leaders. Michael Jordan, 31 points. Dominique. Bird's down here at 25. Where's my first guy? Kellogg's just out of the top 10. Are really tied with Purvis Short. But I should have Johnson, yeah. So I got 2 guys in the top 20, and then if I go down a little further, I'll find Ewing around 17. So that's cool. Rebounds, Ewing is also top 20. Kellogg's averaging 10.6, which is more than what he had last year. He's 6th in the league. Assists, Stockton's 4th. Got Magic and Green and Isaiah. Michael Cooper with 8. That seems like a lot. Seems like his dish tendency might be a little high. Steals. Where's my first guy? Michael Jordan leading the league. I think he did last year too. Bird's up there. I don't know who my first guy might be. Stockton, yeah. Stockton's top 25. Blocks, Ewing's going to be one of the top guys, I would hope. Kareem's 11th. There's a Lister from my team last year. How's he doing? He's not happy. It seems like Alton Lister is just not a pleasable man. He's starting, so I thought that was his problem with me last year, was that he wasn't starting. But now he's playing more and he's starting. I'm guessing it's because he's on a terrible team. The Nuggets are not good. Ewing is first. I did not expect him to be at first, but cool. Turnovers, hopefully. So Isaiah's leading the league. Fouls, do I have anybody? Doesn't look like it. Drexler's fouling a lot. Field goal percentage, all those slashers. Wilkins, Jordan Worthy. I'm surprised I don't see Drexler. There's my guys. Marquise Johnson, 8th. I got 8th and 10th. Cool. Magic's up there with Bird. All right, most field goals attempted, I'm guessing, is Jordan. No, not Jordan. Jordan's 3rd. 3-point percentage. Butch Carter has not shot very many, but he's leading the league, right ahead of Larry Bird. Kellogg's up there, who also doesn't shoot all that many. I hope Dale Ellis is 3rd and shooting a good percentage, so that's good. Free throw percentage, Michael Jordan. Well, he did have that game where he was 25 of 25, so makes sense. He's also shooting the most. Pretty sure that's never happened in real life. The person shooting the most free throws in the league is also shooting the best percentage. All right, guys, that's where I will stop. Next time I broadcast, we'll do the rest of the season and see where we end up in the playoffs. 35-7, I'm sure hoping for a number 1 seed, and we will continue hoping that no horrible injuries happen to this Indiana Pacers squad. We have turned it around here in year 3, so thanks for tuning in. Hope you tune in next time. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Till next time, though, Shoe Shack Redemption out of here. Thanks.